So I'm really excited. Something happened to me today that I've been waiting for a long time, and that is acceptance into the YouTube Partner Program, otherwise known as YouTube has turned on monetization for my videos. I have a feeling that if you're watching this video, you want to do the same thing with your channel, or possibly you're a business that's looking to turn off the ads, which is something also that is reserved for the partner program. Put a little asterisk down on the bottom. I'm Brighton West. In this video, I'm going to talk about YouTube monetization. So YouTube monetization is only open to people who are in the YouTube Partner Program. And that program used to be open to everyone, but then they kicked out anyone whose channels were smaller than a certain level. And the level was, not too unreasonable. I lost some channels to monetization during that time period, some older channels, but they weren't making a lot of money anyway. So the requirements there's 4 requirements, and the big ones, I think the ones that are usually the milestones people are trying to hit are 1,000 subscribers or more and 4,000 hours of watch time in the previous 24 months. And that's something that keeps rolling. So if your channel has a big burst and then it slows down, you can fall out of the partner program and have to get the numbers back up to get back in. But it's a very exciting time when your channel is almost at that point where you can turn on monetization and start making money from your videos. I have a channel that was in this condition just a couple days ago, so I'm going to walk you through the process once you hit those benchmarks. So in YouTube Studio, you'll head to your channel and then scroll down a little bit and you'll see monetization on the left-hand side. So click on that and you will see here, and you can monitor this as you go. These are the numbers, they check off the boxes as you go, as you get the number of watch hours, the 2-step verification, which is a new requirement, no strikes, and 1,000 subscribers. So once you have all that, everything lights up green and you can click the Apply Now button. So you'll have to review the terms and scroll all the way down and check some check boxes there, accept the terms. And the next thing you need is to have an account to essentially collect the money. So you need an AdSense account. So you can go to, I think it's adsense.google.com if you don't already have one, and set that up. So I already have one for other channels. And I can accept the association. And then it will take me back to YouTube, looks like. And then the next step is get reviewed. So once it says that AdSense is complete, you'll see that step 3 changes to in progress. And now we cross our fingers because this could take, it says within a month, doing this for a client, and it's been taking a longer time than a month, I think because they changed a number of things with that 2-step authentication. So now I sit back and wait for the channel for this to change to done also, and then I'll be able to monetize my videos. Okay, this is pretty nice. It's less than 48 hours later, and when I hopped onto YouTube this morning, I see this message across the top. Congratulations, you've been accepted into the YouTube Partner Program. You can now monetize your videos and access support, which is great. I've got a client that we've been trying, as I mentioned, for over a month. So the good news is now I have access to support on this channel, so I'm using this channel to try to see if I get access for that other channel. We'll see if it works. But let's go through and talk about what to do now. So as soon as you get monetization access, you'll see this new monetization column show up, and actually everything shows up by default to off. I've been in here playing today. And if you go down to monetization on the lower left where you applied for the program, you'll see that has changed too. And there are a couple different ways to monetize your videos. Most people think of just the ads that run on your videos, but there are other ways to earn money too with super chats and stickers and things like that. I'm not going to go over those. I'm not convinced that they're a good deal unless you have a raving fan base or a very large channel. So video advertising seems to work better for smaller channels, in my opinion. So let's go back to content. And very easy, you can just click on the arrow next to one of these videos and just turn monetization on, and it turns on all forms of advertising. You can also go through here and click on this box to check off the first 30 videos. And then you can go here and change monetization to turn them all on, or you can go into ad settings to choose the types of ads that are running. But let me just go into one video here to show you some of the details. And I just discovered there is a fast step to monetize all your videos at the same time. That is to go to that blue bar across the top and click on the monetize button. But you can decide later or monetize all videos now and choose the type of ads that it's going to use, and then you can apply the preferences. So I'm going to click on decide later. But for now, let's go back to see how you can set the monetization on an individual video. So this one is not currently monetized, and I can click on monetization here, and it's just going to take me into the details on the monetization tab. So when you turn monetization on, this will light up down here, and you'll have a number of options. I think these are checked by default. So display ads show up on the right-hand side. They're not video ads, and it looks like they're maybe always checked. Overlay ads are the ones that show up on the bottom of the screen. I usually don't check those. I've found over time that they're not that valuable, and they just kind of annoy me as a user. So I uncheck those. Sponsored cards, also something that I don't see very often, that advertisers are using these, and they can be a little bit annoying, so I turn those off. Versus the skippable video ads and the non-skippable video ads, that seems to be where the money is to be made, so I leave those on. And then you can have the location of the ads. And this is something somewhat new. It used to be that YouTube would only run ads prior to a video, but now they're running them during the video. I think the rule seems to be if your video is 8 minutes or longer, that you can interrupt the video with ads, and also after the video. So if I have a video that's maybe longer than 10 minutes, I might allow one of these mid-roll ads, but as a viewer, I find them pretty annoying, and I find that it could cause someone to click away from my channel, and I'd rather, avoid, or I'd rather miss out on, half a penny than annoying someone and losing them in the middle of the video. So I am normally going to turn that off, but with this one, it's 12 minutes. Maybe someone wouldn't be too annoyed with an ad in the middle. So you can check on manage mid-rolls. And this, I've actually already played with this, but by default here, it had 3 different mid-roll ads that had popped in here already. So the viewer was going to be interrupted 3 times. I feel like that is really over the top. So if you are using mid-roll, just make sure you're managing it, and also pick out the perfect spot. So I found this spot here was something where visually some really interesting stuff was going on the screen. And I figured that was a point where people would be willing to sit through 6 seconds or 15 seconds of an ad, and I wouldn't lose them, versus kind of having it in a dip in your video where people are ready to click away. You don't want to put an ad there because they'll definitely click away. So this seemed to be a good spot where they were going to continue watching after the ad. So I'm just going to discard this. Oh, actually, let's do this place automatically. So here, this is what they had chosen, is this, a spot early on, very early on in the video, and then one after a while, and then one very close to the end. So it seemed to be kind of strange placements, but you can go through here and say, I'm going to delete that one, and I'm going to delete this one, and have it down to just the one they want. But I'm going to discard all this because I very specifically chose the frame I wanted it to switch to an add-on. So one other thing I want to mention is about self-certification of your videos. And it looks like when you first turn on monetization, you're not allowed to certify what's in your videos. Maybe YouTube is going to do that. I don't know really the answer to this, but let me show you another one of my channels that's had monetization. It's been in the partner program for years. So let me just go over to a video here that has monetization turned off. And when I go to, say, turn it on, I get this rating system where I can go through and say whether there's inappropriate language or adult content or violence. And you can actually go through here and each one of these levels has a really detailed description of exactly what constitutes each of these. One thing I've heard is that it's okay if you have light profanity like hell and damn, or looks like moderate profanity like shit and bitch, or even infrequent usage of strong profanity like f. But now I just put those words in my video. But don't worry, I read that if you beep it out, it'll be okay. After the opening, or up to twice in approximately the first 30 seconds of the video, a strong profanity in a music video. So anyway, it's complicated, but I had a friend who did a survey of this and found that even adding one piece of profanity to your video will restrict which advertisers are willing to advertise on it. So keep the profanity out of your video, keep the other stuff out of your video if you want to make money off your channel. And as I mentioned, this is not something that shows up when you first set up your channel. It seems like this is something that'll probably start happening a little bit further down the line. And if you didn't set up the defaults when it gave you that chance, you can do this in YouTube Studio. We go into Settings, Defaults, Monetization. You'll see here the type of ads that go on immediately upon uploading a video. So I'm going to just set these defaults so that they don't pop up accidentally. And I do have one client, as I mentioned, right now who's trying to turn on monetization specifically to stop the ads from playing on top of their videos. Now, this isn't a guarantee. Being in the partner program and turning off each of the ads is not a guarantee that YouTube won't run ads on your videos anyway. But right now, what I'm seeing is they don't. But according to the terms and conditions, they could. But I think it's a pretty good bet that if you just go ahead, get into the partner program and then never turn on monetization, that you will have ad-free videos. If you like this video, here's another one that YouTube thinks would be perfect just for you.